So I originally wanted to make some memes for this video, but I felt they'd be a bit out of tone. So in case you aren't aware, Blizzard has kind of been a shitty company recently. Amidst a variety of other things, they've been accused of sexual harassment in the workplace, which I don't need to say is kind of a bad thing. And so because of this, people have been taking a variety of actions. Fans are boycotting Blizzard, employees are doing walkouts, and all around everybody's kind of just, shitting on the company. Which is good, I support all of that. I myself haven't really supported Blizzard ever since that Hong Kong bullshit a while ago. And even though my average view count is 1, if whoever is watching this happens to know one of the people have been victims, or they themselves have been, I'm sorry for what you had to go through. And I wish the video could just end there, but unfortunately my channel is named after a Blizzard IP. So I have to explain what I'll be doing. To make things short, I probably won't be changing MercyCosplay. The explanation for that is not short. So to start off, I want to use an analogy. Suppose that a man donated $5 million to charity. Now let's say that same man, 3 years later, murdered somebody. That wrong action of murdering somebody doesn't undo the good of the $5 million. You can still appreciate the $5 million while acknowledging that he did something awful. But to further explain my point, I want to use another analogy. One of the most popular, and I'd argue the most popular D&D podcast is Critical Role. In Critical Role's first campaign, they had a player called Orion. Now if you ask anybody who was a fan of the first campaign who Orion was, they'd give you a laundry list of horrible shit he's done. But if you proceeded to ask that same fan their thoughts on Tiberius, the character Orion plays, it would probably be positive. Unless they just straight up just don't like Tiberius, I guess. And the reason being is that you can still enjoy a piece of art while acknowledging that the creator has done wrongs. To go back to the charity analogy, someone can celebrate the $5 million to charity while still acknowledging that the murder was wrong. They can still celebrate all the good that came from that $5 million without having to celebrate the murder. And I think it's really telling that the people who like Tiberius the most are the first people who tell you all the horrible shit Orion has done. Because to go back to the charity analogy, quite frankly I think the man's name is best to be forgotten. However, that $5 million should not be forgotten. The good that it did should be remembered. Not the man who gave it, but the impact that it caused. And that's what I think I'm trying to do with this channel. I'm not trying to say, hey, here's Overwatch, it's a fantastic game. I'm trying to say, hey, here's Mercy, she shouldn't be forgotten as a character. It's those who love Tiberius the most that are the first to point out all the horrible shit that Orion has done. And it's because they want to remember Tiberius. They don't want to remember Orion, they want to remember Tiberius. And I think that might honestly be the best sentence I can use to summarize this entire thing. I don't want to remember Blizzard, I don't. I want to remember Mercy. I want to remember Anna, I want to remember Genji and Reinhardt. I want to remember the characters that I care about. I don't want to remember a company that quite honestly is just a name on a box. But I won't forgive them either. And if nothing else, you still think I should do something more, change my username and etc. I want to offer one last argument. I cannot think of a better way to dishonor a company, a better offense to a company, to use that IP as the gateway to saying, hey, these guys suck. So if nothing else, that's what I want to do with this channel. Remind people that Blizzard kind of sucks. This has been one incoherent rant, and I don't think I explained my thoughts as well as I possibly could, but I wanted to get something out there at least. So, for the time being, have mercy, good luck on cosplays. Fuck Blizzard. I'm out.